Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new Disney Plus review. And today I'm reviewing the season finale of WandaVision. I've been here every single week bringing you brand new spoiler reviews of this show. And we have finally, sadly, have come to the finale of this show. Before I get into my spoiler thoughts of WandaVision, please hit the thumbs up on this video. That is the best way to support this YouTube channel. Also, please comment down below your thoughts of the show. Did you think it concluded? Is this one of your favorite shows of the past year? Falcon and Winter Soldier in a week? And tell me your predictions leading this possibly into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Let me know your thoughts and predictions for the future of the MCU in the comment section down. Let's have a fun discussion about this show and the future of the MCU. Also, if you like movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie rankings, and streaming platform reviews, please subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. That's the best way to support this channel. Also, please follow me on social media down below on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Now let's get into my review. So as I've said, I've really had to love this show. And this is the first time I actually stayed up here midnight on West Coast time to stay up for the show. Normally I just wake up, watch the show, then I come right here to you guys and give you my review. But this time around, I just wanted to stay up until midnight, and it really felt special. I was texting a lot of my friends throughout the episode, and Twitter was kind of exploding throughout when I was watching the show. And it really felt like a special event that I think nothing has come close to since the pandemic has started. Maybe The Mandalorian comes in second place possibly, but this really did feel really special, staying up this late to watch the show conclude because of such the big reveals and twists of this episode that happened. So let's get into the episode as a whole. So we begin just where we left off, where Agnes has, basically trapped the kids and Wanda. And we basically get to the big part. We do get to see White Vision. And White Vision does fight Vision for Scarlet's Vision as well, I'll call him, for most of this episode. And I'll just go to their arc first. So they're fighting throughout this entire episode, but then they start to talk to each other in this library room, I believe, where we saw in the second episode of the show. We get to see that Vision just had to pull that White Vision's memories were just not in the right. We're not allowed for him to see. So White then, Scarlet Vision gave him those memories back, and he knows that he is the Vision. So it seems like that is going to be the way that they're going to keep Vision alive in the MCU. We didn't really see where White Vision went the rest of the episode. He just went. He got out of the library and left. I wonder if he comes back in a major way. He should be in the MCU. Then we go to another subplot in the episode, which was Monica Rambeau, who has been sidelined the past couple of weeks. She's back in full force this episode. And we see that she is trapped in a room with Evan Peters, which is the fake Pietro. And this is where I knew when I watched it, a lot of people would not like this. It is something that I'm not a huge fan of, and that is that Evan Peters was literally just stunt casting. He's just not one of the other Westview people who got caught in this hex, because his real name was like Ralph Boner, I think was the joke, and that's his real name. So it seems like Evan Peters' Quicksilver is nothing to do with X-Men, nothing to do with the Fox movies. It was just stunt casting to get the people talking. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that, and it was very rushed that he was just a guy from Westview. It seems like that could be wrong, but we'll see we might not see Evan Peters again, or we might, and he's actually Quicksilver. I feel like it was fans are really disappointed by that reveal in this episode, because a lot of people do love his character in the Fox X-Men films. As we transition to Wanda and Agnes this episode, they're fighting everywhere. Wanda uses her magic trick that she learned, that the dark stuff from Age of Ultron, but it got used against her, and she used Agnes's own spells against her, where only she can use magic. That spell, as she did in the sky, was really, really good. And then she really became the Scarlet Witch this episode. Truly the Scarlet Witch, which was really great to see. Her outfit was on point, and I did think that Elizabeth Olsen is giving a truly magnificent performance this entire series. Her and Paul Bettany, in my opinion, both deserve Emmy nominations because they're both doing totally different performances, and they're both fantastic, and they're really the show too. While this show really has become Wanda's origin story, really Wanda's show, Vision also had a lot to do this episode and this season, and the both of them together had a lot to do. We also got to see Monica finally use her superpowers, blocking those guns from Hayward. We got to see one of Wanda's kids both of them use their powers, which was fun to see as well. Darcy came into play. Jimmy Woo came into play. It was all very fun. I really did enjoy this episode. But then I would say the last 10 to 15 minutes, man, really got to me emotionally, where she was going to have to, let everyone go. Get rid of the Hex, which means no more of this version of Vision, no more of her kids, and the emotion of saying bye to them and thank you for choosing to be my mom, to be, my kids and all this type of stuff. It was really, really emotional. And then Wanda's last words to Vision again were really, really great. Seeing each other, that they'll see each other down the road or say hello to each other down the road, which is really moving stuff. And I forgot to say that Wanda does turn Agnes into the person to stay in Westview and be this noisy, neighbor the rest of her life. We'll see if Catherine Hahn comes back. Is there any way? It feels like Mephisto, who is not in this entire season, which is shocked, including a lot of people, including me. And there was no big cameo. And Benny did spoil that 2 days ago on the Today Show, where he said everyone's saying like Patrick Stewart and all these people. He's like, it's just me again. So I knew that there wasn't going to be a huge cameo because Benny did spoil that 2 days ago, I think, on one of the talk shows. So I kind of didn't expect a huge cameo. But then we get to those two post-credit scenes as Wanda leaves Westview. The first one is Monica right after everything goes. And we see that it's a Skrull, who I think is the daughter who she was playing with at the end of Captain Marvel, saying that a friend of Captain Marvel needs you. And it's obviously Nick Fury, because I think if she would have said my father needs you, I think it would have clearly been Talos, but it's definitely Nick Fury. And Secret Invasions is really, really building. They're really building the Skrull Secret Invasion stuff. And I can't wait for that show to come out. The last one was really dark, with Wanda living I think in Sokovia, possibly in her house. And we got to see, while normal Wanda seems walking around, the Scarlet Witch has opened the Darkhold, and it seems like that is where Wanda could be the potential villain of the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness film, which comes out in a year. Now, I was shocked we actually didn't get to see Doctor Strange this season. He was brought up by Catherine Hahn that she is even more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is Doctor Strange. Kind of shocked we did not see him this season, but still, guys, I know it doesn't satisfy everyone, which I get. People complain that this show does not satisfy all of the answers, all the questions that we've been asking throughout these 9 or 8 weeks of the show. But I think people have to realize that this show isn't just its own thing, its own franchise, its own universe. While it's its own thing in Wanda's world, the ultimate goal of this is to continue to pushing the MCU's future in the right direction. This is also not, while it's satisfying and concluding on a lot of different things, it's also setting up the MCU at the same time. So I don't really care, or I didn't need that much satisfaction. I got a lot of satisfaction conclusions. Now, where there's some like Evan Peters' character that I didn't like, absolutely, that was a huge issue I had with the episode. But I think there's going to be more things down the line. I think we're getting a lot of those answers in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. So I can't wait for that film to come out. As a whole, guys, I really did love this show. It's one of my favorite shows in a long time. Really got me invested in these two characters. And I can't wait to see more of the future of the MCU. And don't worry, guys. Starting in 2 weeks from today, the Falcon and Winter Soldier show comes out, and I'll be giving you my spoiler reviews every Friday, once again, of that show as well, keeping the MCU train rolling. So thank you guys for joining me. Like, subscribe, share, comment. More reviews coming down the line here on Max Talks Movies. Thank you guys so much.